After transitioning my entire independent boutique brokerage over to LPT about a year and a half ago, here is what I absolutely love about this organization and us making the move. First, one of the most important things that were ever said to me was, Scott, you are playing too small. And this was said by Tom Ferry to me years ago in a coaching session. And it really resonated with me because I thought that I was already playing big, right? We were a very successful independent boutique brokerage in the Northern Virginia marketplace for a very long time. Probably could have continued to run that way, but we were playing way too small. So LPT, one of the things I love most is it stops limited thinking. When we joined LPT, there were only about 6,000 agents in the country with only about 12 states having LPT brokerage within them, right? Today, as I'm shooting this video, we have over 17,000 agents. We're in all 50 states in the country, right? We're starting to go into Canada. We hired the director of global expansion from EXP, and we're gonna start to think globally. So that certainly gets me thinking bigger. It gets me moving different. It creates a vast amount of referral opportunities that I've never had before. One of the other things I absolutely love about this company is their marketing. And look, I'm a marketing guy, and I thought as an independent boutique brokerage, we absolutely did a phenomenal job in crushing it on all things digital marketing. But where we might have been a little bit deficient is the printed marketing materials. Well, the owner of LPT, Robert Palmer, actually owns and controls a $20+ million printing facility. So with massive economies of scale, myself, my agents pay cost or little to nothing for some of the most amazing printed marketing materials I've ever seen in the real estate industry. People that work so incredibly hard for any company like to know that they can somehow earn stock, right? Or take ownership in the company that they worked so incredibly hard for. And that was always impossible to do as an independent boutique brokerage, right? But with LPT right now as a pre-IPO, just for doing simply the things that we do as agents anyhow, listing and selling properties, representing buyers to purchase properties, right? We can accrue and earn stock in a company pre-IPO that I absolutely know will disrupt the real estate industry and go really far, making hopefully agents a lot of money. I know one of the visions for Robert Palmer, one of the reasons why I moved over, he says, hey, I am interested in minting several new millionaires just from making the alignment with LPT, just from taking advantage of the stock purchase program and earning stock in the company for just doing what we would normally do in the first place, right? When my agents can go to a dashboard in their computer and see in real time, right, where their transactions are at, right? They can access all their e-signing platforms. Pretty much it's a one-stop shop with just everything that you would need at your fingertips to run a very successful real estate business all in one place. And in real time at any given time, I can pop in, I can see where my transactions are at. I can also see where my, halfway through the year, what my gross commission income is, what my average sales price is, all the data points that you would want as key performing indicators that would allow you as a business person to make smart business decisions moving forward. That is absolutely phenomenal. Lastly, the training. With LPT, we have such a vast training library and new training provided daily. You can learn anything about being a successful real estate practitioner by just going into the back end trainings that have already been provided, already there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, living on the back end of the system. There is so much training, you could never do it all yourself. I know what your brokerage provides for training. It pales in comparison to what you can get here. I know many brokerage models, you cannot own a portion of the company. Therefore, there's no stock awards, right? You only eat what you kill, right? Well, what about getting some stock incentives? What about becoming an owner in the company that you work so incredibly hard for? What about being able to monetize relationships and build out a downline, for all the things that you've done and all the time that you spend in this industry, right? There are, the marketing, guys, there's so much. But if you think that this is of the slightest bit of interest, then you owe it to yourself to get together with somebody, maybe somebody like me, to better understand what you might be missing out on, right? Because guess what? your current broker is never going to tell you this, because once you fully understand and comprehend what's available for you here, you will never want to go back or stay where you're at any longer. I promise. So look, shoot me a DM, or better yet, give me a phone call. My personal cell, 703 area code 346-5855. I would love to have a very private and confidential conversation with you and really get into the granular details as to why I moved my very successful independent boutique brokerage for over a decade, right? Over $100 million in annual sales consistently over to LPT. This is the future. You owe it to yourself to be in the know.